same. Good.
Cheers.
Well, I put it this way. We are... The come together is based on the mutual fact that we share the same philosophy regarding wine. It should be pleasure. From my point of view, it's a little bit more stiff because I'm very much into the intellectual part, which brings the pleasure. If you're starting and analyze what's in it, and you see the world is really big and influential with all the details and the complexity, then you can really enjoy it. So I'm starting from a very intellectual, even technical point of view sometimes. But for me, exactly as it is for you, it's all about pleasure at the end.
So let's drink wine.
Cheers.
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 We too. Perfect.
Hello.
I think so. The only thing that I hate is when you come to trying to educate people, especially in countries like that, is when you get a wine, or champagne, when you start with it, the first thing is so important. It's the first impression when you meet a person, when you say hello and things like that, and you look in their eyes the first time, something is happening. You always get the first impression, and you're judging people and situations.
Yeah, you do that in milliseconds.
You do it in milliseconds. And you do it with the wine as well. And if you're unconcentrated, not focused when you take the first sips, then you will have a prejudiced picture of wine. It could, the most common way is doing like this. Someone is bringing a glass and saying, well, hello everybody. And you're standing there, and the host is standing like this, and they say cheers, skål, or salud, or whatever, and then you drink, and people are not technically doing the things when the glass is smelling, but you take the taste like this, you look at people's eyes, and you go socialized, which is nice as a social thing, but awful coming back to what's in the glass, because you will have a taste, and then you will say to me, very nice, isn't it? And I say, yes, but my answer to did you like the wine is more, do you like me? Or do you like the situation? Are you having fun? So it's more that. You're saying something about the wine, but do you feel pleasurable right now? Yes, I'm enjoying the situation. And just by doing that, you say that wine is a positive thing, and you think it's a very good one. It might be a very bad wine, it might be an average wine, but the situation brings you to think that it's better than it is. And for me, as a wine critic, I always put my objective hat somewhere when I go into my mental room of closing everything, going into the wine for this 20 seconds, where I exclude the beauty of you, or the sensation of the room that you are, just to go into this place, find exactly what do I find before I make this call or whatever. Then I can socialize.
But can you? But sometimes, you know, when you mentioned the effects. You're in Spain. You're in a dirty restaurant, but then you get a cheap wine. But because of the whole atmosphere is perfect, and everything, the wine and the food, everything tastes perfect. You know. If you go there, if you're tasting with in this objective way,
taking away part of the pleasure. No.
Because you can't go back and say, but the atmosphere is good and so wine is.
Yes, you can. That's exactly the thing. Because knowing to put this hat on, or to go into this bubble, this intellectual, slow bubble, analyzing technically what you have. Gives me the opportunity of, okay, now I know, here you have the wine, and then I have studied the wine. So when I come back to the pleasurable situation, I have a base which is so much broader than the I like.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
And then you can go into the I enjoy the moment state of mind, and you have that in the background, and the next time you take a sip and you reflect on the change of the wine, you say, oh, a little bit more strawberries now, fun. but not more than that. And then it's like listening to music. You stop for a couple of seconds and you hear this is beautiful, and then you just have it in the background and it influences you in the situation you are. So I tend to treat it first that way, and then giving it could be a background thing. I'm not the guy who says wine should always be in the focus, it should be the most important thing when meeting people. But when you open a bottle of great wine, you should always treat the wine with such a respect that you always give the wine the opportunity of showing the best parts of itself. And from that, it will even increase the pleasure of the meeting.
Like with food. Famous food. And perhaps something different, something